personal development, unplugged. Welcome to the 5-minute quickie with me, Paul Clough, Personal Development Unplugged. And normally people around this time of year talk about New Year's resolutions, but I'm not going to talk about that because, in fact, they're pretty boring. And I'm going to have a longer podcast about why they're boring, why they don't work. Because you see, you've probably done them before and they don't work and they haven't worked. I know for a few of you, maybe they have, but that's probably the exception rather than the rule. Because you see, we all want things. We want things to change. We want to set our new goals and they sometimes just drift away. Now, I was thinking about this and I was thinking about the world of hackers. Hackers, you know, those people who get into different organizations via the internet and somehow get into their websites or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm not technical. You know that. And the thing is, though, they seem to go through a thing called a back door. And there's always a back door. I don't know how they find it. I don't know how they unlock it or whether it was open and they just walk through. But metaphorically, we all have a back door. I think anyway. Now, what I wanted to talk to you about today was, you know, we all want things. So if you were to do a resolution and make that decision to change, you'll have maybe think back over the past and find out, well, you've done it before, and they're probably the same things. So what has stopped you changing? What has stopped you going through from now all the way through to the end of that goal and achieving it? Well, I don't know. And I don't think consciously you're aware of it right now, but you could be. So in this 5-minute quickie, I just want you to be aware of something, because when we become aware of it and acknowledge it, it can be just the one thing then that allows you to change. So I want you to think of one of those resolutions that you took out maybe 12 months ago and decided this is what you're going to do, and it didn't work. Something stopped you, whether you just didn't follow through, you didn't take action, all the things you should do. But for the one reason, there's something at the unconscious level was stopping you. And because it's below or in the unconscious level, you weren't aware of it consciously. You wouldn't do because it's unconscious, you know, that's fairly obvious really. But here's what I want you to do. I want you to think of that goal that you really wanted and you didn't get the follow through. But I want you to think of it in this way first. I want you to think of it in the way that if you had got it now, what would achieving that goal feel like? Because I want you just to feel it and feel it like we call it the wish fulfilled, as if you had it now. If you already had that goal and you'd achieved it, what would it feel like? Like that last step when you just know that you achieved that goal. What would it feel like? And I just go in your mind. You want to close your eyes maybe and think of that goal. Think of having got it now, how you'd be, and just feel the feeling of already having it. Now you see, this is where you want to go. We're telling our unconscious mind where you want to go. But then ask, and you can open your eyes knowing that feeling. Just ask, what's the feeling that's stopping me getting it? As I think of that goal, not the achievement now, just when I think of that goal, what's the emotion I'm feeling right now? You see, to me, that's the back door. When you feel that feeling, so it could be fear, it could be anxiety, it could be embarrassment, it could be jealousy, it could be any number of negative emotions. But I just want you to go inside and just ask, what's the feeling that's stopping me now? What's that feeling? And just notice, if you were to sit into that feeling and just notice what it is, and you might want to put a label on it, so it could be fear, could be anxiety, could be embarrassment, whatever that is, just put that label on it. Let that label bubble up into your conscious awareness. And as you let it bubble up in your conscious awareness, just acknowledge it. Say, okay, this is that feeling. So let's just say it's embarrassment or I'm not good enough. Just notice, okay, that's what I'm feeling right now. But compare that to the feeling that I had when I imagined achieving that goal. Notice the wonderful difference, because the feeling of having it, how complete did you feel? How safe did you feel? How protected? How worthwhile did you feel? And notice then there's that conflict. The conflict of not wanting that goal, but not feeling right for it. And as you acknowledge that feeling, just ask, how can I change? How can I have that feeling and still have the intention? Because your unconscious mind can now, instead of fighting it and been pushing it against it and pushing it against it, having acknowledged it and understanding it, just notice that feeling of the wish fulfilled, and notice how having it now will allow it to slowly seep over and cover that old feeling. Because it can. It could be the one thing that stopped you. Because once you've got that, and your unconscious mind knows where you want to go, knows the feeling that you'll have, and notice that you're still protected and safe through having that goal, you can now start to make plans, start to make your resolutions if you want to. Just change. Just find the thing that you want, and now, holding on to that wish fulfilled, the feeling of the wish fulfilled, start thinking of what's the one step I could do towards that goal, the baby step, and keep that feeling. Because as you do that, your unconscious mind is going to learn there's nothing to fear. There's nothing to maybe feel unworthy. There's nothing negative to feel if you keep that one baby step and that feeling of the wish fulfilled. And as you do that, you're going to start to make progress. And as you start to make progress, you're going to get learnings. And those learnings are going to, your unconscious mind is going to realize that they're the learnings that actually protect you, that actually keep you safe and allow you to progress. And as you progress, you're going to learn more, experience more wonderful things, and just enjoy life even more better. Now, I don't know if this all made sense, but just go and check those two different feelings. Knowing how you want to feel, and acknowledging how you feel right now about that thing. And I think just that acknowledgement and knowing where you want to go and the feeling you're going to get when you get it will allow your unconscious mind to let go of the old feeling. And providing that you only take those positive steps with the feeling of the wish fulfilled, will allow those goals to start to come in your fruition. I'm sure they will. And this type of thing really excites me. And in fact, it's a project I've got going in the back of my mind at the moment of how we can always, absolutely always achieve the goals and achieve the things we want. And I'm working on that now. And that's going to be on my website, Paul Clough Online, where you're going to get some really wonderful processes to enable you to get the things that you want in different ways. But that's not quite yet, and I'll keep you informed of that. But just have a look at this. We're not doing the resolutions, we're just acknowledging the feeling that you didn't get and the feeling that you did when you have that wish fulfilled, and noticing what happens, and then making the decision to make one small step, one baby step, holding on to the feeling as if you've already got it, and notice what happens. So enjoy those things. I hope you enjoyed this. I did. And have great fun in your change. Okay. And if you did enjoy this, obviously you can subscribe on the button below here. You can subscribe in iTunes, SoundCloud, or whatever platform you use. And it'd be really nice on iTunes if you gave a nice review. Be good. It would be very kind if you did. But if you do nothing else, it'd be great if you just share this with somebody or people who you feel could enjoy or benefit from these small little things. And remember, to go deeper, those are longer podcasts. Okay. So I'll speak to you and see you real soon. Enjoy every heartbeat. Bye bye now. Personal development, unplugged.